We are currently anchored right here, off a remote island located on the outer edge of the world's largest reef. And it's home to Australia's most exclusive resort. If you've got a spare 28k, they'll let you stay a night and even throw in a complimentary breakfast. But we want to show you how we live here for free as two broke-ass grotty-yachty uni students.
Look at his armpits. Look at this hair.
We've been making ourselves really at home here at Lizard Island. We could even say we've fallen into a bit of a routine. We want to share with you our laundromat / bathhouse, our office, which by night turns into our local bar, and our fitness and recreational facilities.
This bay is glorious.
This island, which only inhabits lizards and a few celebrities, is only accessible via a privately chartered plane, or you can do what we did and rock up on your floating home, which may sound like a breeze, and although it has been quite breezy, it's been far from easy.
I don't think I've ever been so stressed.
We've battled our way through lots of wild weather, snapping steering and tearing sails.
It's probably more tape than sail at this stage.
But we're here now, and at last we are beginning to reap the rewards.
The continental shelf of Australia, folks.
This is what an average week looks like for us living among the islands of the Great Barrier Reef. Welcome to episode 11 of season 2, Over the Top. Like we said, we've fallen into a bit of a routine, which as full-time cruisers probably means we've been here for a little too long.
Good morning.
But like regular landfolk, our days start when we wake up.
Good morning.
And naturally, the first thing on our agenda is coffee.
To another day.
Then we pile into the tender and head ashore for a shower. As we have no shower aboard Nakama, this is mostly where we've been scrubbing ourselves and washing our greasy hair.
Some for the hair.
As your average block of soap doesn't lather in salt water, we use shampoo. We go through a lot of shampoo. Of course, not to sound bougie or anything, but it is organic and chemical-free to do no harm to the reef and its marine life.
It's amazing what shampoo and conditioner does to your hair in salt water. Almost as good as fresh. And really, it's the only option we have without a shower. We've become one with the island, haven't we?
Yeah. We're way too comfortable here.
Way too comfortable here.
We were just saying, we do need to get going. It's bad when we're like, oh, we could film our morning routine. We're like, we've got a routine on an island, man. We get going.
Most days go from here to getting ready to start a day of uni or work. Even with our internet booster on the top of our mast, we don't have the best signal while on anchor. But it's lucky that we've made friends with the bar staff from the resort that may or may not have left the Wi-Fi password lying around and turned a blind eye to us sitting here basically every single day.
So it probably doesn't look like it to you guys, but we do actually do uni. We're not just saying that we're uni students, but yes, behind the scenes we do uni, we do attend lectures, and we do get our assessments in on time. This bar is open to yachties only 2 nights a week, and yes, we have made the most of that as well. We're going to the pub.
I don't know where you're going, but I'm going to the pub. Welcome back, guys. In this week's episode, we're taking you to the pub. Don't forget to like and subscribe and come along for this adventure with us. There's merch down below. We don't have any merch. It's called the Marlin Bar. It's a bar, not a pub, but we call it the pub because it's got a nice homely vibe to it. You know, like a pub feels like home, doesn't it? That sounds so bad.
But on other days, we have what we call a designated day off. This is where all our stars align and we give ourselves a day to really enjoy where we are. And today, we're taking the tenders around the corner and going for a dive. It's pretty lush out here.
Let's get into it, eh?
Alright, I'm not gonna take you in, but we'll see you on the other side. Being so close to the continental shelf and so far offshore, Lizard Island has some of the clearest water we've ever dived. The Great Barrier Reef is the largest reef in the world. So large, in fact, that you can see it from space. Within this dense ecosystem, there are around 2,500 individual reefs, varying in shapes and sizes. It holds up to 400 species of coral, which provide a home to 1,500 fish species. But it is far more than a diving playground for us. The reef is a vital part of the lungs of the Earth, acting as an underwater Amazon to capture and store carbon from the atmosphere. So it's of the utmost importance to ensure that the Great Barrier Reef thrives for generations to come. The Australian government has created marine park zoning within the Great Barrier Reef to limit fishing practices and exclude fishing entirely in some areas. These are what we call green zones, and that's the majority of what Lizard Island is. Zoning is a proven method of replenishing fish stocks, which subsequently flows over and benefits the entire reef. So we're more than happy to leave the fishing gear in the boat and just enjoy the view.
How amazing are those bait balls? It's like googly eyes. What? That is so cool! This bay is glorious. We should be doing work right now, but I woke up this morning and literally like stuck my head out of the hatch and I was like, today is too good of a day. It's just been so nice to have the sun and just not too much wind. Like, it's been so windy and it gets, I guess, like any weather, you know, like, you know, when it rains for too long, you just get miserable. Like, just the same thing, like the wind is just like almost exhausting. So like as soon as it chills out, it dies off, you're like, that is as good as sunshine. What's going on?
Go to look for fish.
I got my shorts again. So I can fly off and hurry up.
I was just looking at those as well. Yeah. Very windy here when we do our laundry.
Our laundry, yes, of course. Thank you for that reminder, Miles. We need to do laundry.
But it's been well over a month, actually. Closer to 2 months since we've done any clothes washing, so
We've run out of undies, haven't we?
We've run out of undies and tea towels, essentially. And that'll get you across the line, because you use a lot of tea towels when you're sailing. Don't ask me why.
The tea towels go quickly because we wash up in salt water and the salt never quite dries, and the salt makes them go pretty rank pretty quickly. So you go through a lot of them with drying saltwater dishes.
So we're going for a walk with all our dirty undies and tea towels, and you might be wondering why. It's because we've stumbled across a gem. Well, actually, it's a well.
Oh, look at those manky tea towels. Bit of that in there. It's like curry powder for your clothes, this stuff. Can't go wrong with a bit extra. There he goes. Oh, look at that. Scungy.
Oh, look at that colour of the water already.
Scungy already.
This isn't our first rodeo with the well. As soon as we found this bad boy, our grotty selves immediately thought, oh yes, a freshwater shower. Look at these armpits. Look at this hair. And that is exactly what we did.
Just be better, I know.
I wish we had a seat. Actually, that tree behind is pretty good.
Pretty good tree seat.
I'm not sure if we will ever leave Lizard Island. It's just too good.
We located the local. We've got a local. We've got friends that we meet at the local. You don't have to organise either. You just bump into them like, hey, Barry, how you going? Sharon, how are the kids? You know what I mean? Like, we've got a local.
There will come a time where we will start running out of food. It's already beginning to happen. So we do need to get going, but we have been enjoying our time here, having a bit of a home base, and a beautiful home base it is. So if you can, come on down to Lizard, because it's absolutely if I could whistle better, that would have been great, but you know, you got to work with what you got, I suppose. But we're not done with Lizard Island just yet. Travelling along this far north Queensland coast, we've found it interesting following the tracks of Captain Cook. Mostly because this coastline is scattered with reef, and even for us with all the nav gear on board, it still gets a little hair-raising at times. But back then, he had nothing but sight to go off, and we can just imagine a poor guy living in the crow's nest 24/7, looking out for the next potential reef they'll hit. So it's here you begin to really feel his frustrations with being trapped among the reef, especially after his 48-day delay back in Cooktown, where they had to fix the seriously damaged hull of the Endeavour after hitting the reef. A journal entry even states Cook was altogether at a loss which way to steer. When he arrived here, he firstly took it upon himself to rename the island to Lizard Island after the only animal he sighted on land was lizards. But he also saw an opportunity to climb the tallest mountain on the island, to sight the outer reef and look for a passage to escape into deeper, reef-free waters. And that is the mountain we're climbing right now.
This walk is only 350 metres, but it's like just all dead uphill. It's like a good morning booster.
Staying hydrated, man.
It's definitely not 350 metres.
That's the way you get stuff happening around here. So it's 350 metres, get across the line.
It's just a short walk.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, it's just 350 metres or something. Come on, let's go.
When Cook reached the top, his head was probably spinning.
Oh my god, my head is spinning.
But also, it wasn't looking great for him. He observed what he stated as a reef of rocks extending further than the eye could see, upon which the sea broke into dreadful surf. Not something a tall ship could quite cut through. However, from this spot here, he spotted a narrow break in the reef, which he saw as his escape from the Great Barrier Reef. We just find this really interesting from a sailor's perspective. That seriously would have taken some guts to do.
Let's go. Alright, so fuel price is going through the roof. We've been taking it in turns to pull the tender home. You having fun out there, mate? We've only got not much further to go.
I feel like I'm making good ground.
Yeah, you're making pretty good. So big string bean legs of yours, butterfly kicking us home. Graceful. Anyway, pick up your shoe, have a look at you, and don't forget to do a poo.
Dude, your curry last night, that lunch curry, I'm like, f***, pooping this morning so bad.
Every day we're like, fuck. It's just like, existence in the lunar must be pain, eh? Existence is futile.
My body's used to it. Without the chili, nothing comes out these days.
Have you got a lens cover on? That was nearly the lens.
Simon was really proud of the anchor and dinghy setup, so he wanted to show you.
Can I actually just explain? I was proud of that the tender looked like a hovercraft because the water's so clear. That's what it was.
Oh, I thought you were just so proud of all your setup, your anchor.
Oh, I do like my anchor, but I just liked that. Look at all those whiting.